All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening to Lame and Ignorant. My name is Eladio,
I'm Leo.
and welcome to today's show.
Episode 2.
Episode 2, yeah. So we're rolling. So we had a few people listen to the prototype of the first episode of Lame and Ignorant, and to those of you lucky enough to have listened to it, we had some feedback. So I figured we go over some of that real quick. What were your thoughts of the first one? What do you think?
Myself, I thought it was pretty cool, man. As our viewers may or may not know, we tried this out a couple times previously. Never was like quite as nice of a setup, you know. The mics were always fucked up. We were recording on our phones. Nothing bad, you know. It was still just kicking it with your homies, talking about whatever, you know. So it was a good experience. But I think now that we got a little bit of a better setup, we'll be good to go now.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun, man. I had a really good time. I'm liking this, and
Going a lot smoother, yeah.
yeah, it's going a lot more smoothly, and we're picking up some steam, and we're doing things bigger and better each and every time. So what's new with you, man? What's new? What's been happening in your week? What the fuck's up?
Man, this week, I telling you, man, I got fucking sick, bro. Wednesday, I was over at work, Tuesday, I was at work, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry. We had state inspectors come in and stuff, and I was like, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm going to leave. But I waited till after the state inspectors left because I wanted to be there. And, they dipped, and I was just like, I'm out of here, guys. I'm really sorry. Came home, knocked out. Next day, I went to my other job, stayed there for like 2 hours. My back started killing me and shit, and I was like, man, I think I got the fucking flu. I got that fucking Zika shit, and I left there, fucking went to the clinic, got some meds, got some scissor and some antibiotics. Shit was pretty dope, man.
Fixed you right up. You got some of that tussin?
Yeah, man, the tussin. That shit works, bro. I kind of panic a little bit when I can't breathe through my nose and shit, but that shit got me going, man.
Yeah. And my week went by pretty well, man. I didn't really do shit. Just worked, did my thing, whatever. You know what I've been paying attention to is some of that Trump's talk. I've been listening to what the fuck he's been saying, man.
Did you see what was it? Not a debate, but
no, he gave his Republican National Convention
speech,
his acceptance speech. You know what? It's weird. Like, I actually left I posted up a video because his wife, plagiarized.
Oh yeah, what the fuck was going on with that? Why'd she do that?
Oh, I don't know. There's some theories saying that they think that might have been premeditated. Like they kind of intended for that to happen because everyone's talking about him, and and he came out tweeting some shit about the most famous speech ever. More famous than I don't know, one of John F. Kennedy's speeches and shit, or Martin Luther King. I mean, come on, dog. But anyways, she took a couple of minutes worth of Michelle Obama's speech in '08, I think, and talking about my parents, came from whatever, I don't fucking remember, but anyways, she stole that shit, and I thought it was funny. I didn't really care, but I posted up a video of it on Facebook where they kind of give a side-by-side comparison of each speech. Mm-hmm. And you kind of it's
like word for word, right?
Yeah, it's kind of blatant, and an old high school classmate of ours, I'm not going to put his name out on blast, but he commented it. And this dude's actually pretty cool. I had him in class I had him in high school. I had him in a bunch of my classes. We're always kind of in similar classes, throughout our high school career. He posted something about, I can't even remember the fucking guy's name. Deval Peterson, I think was his name. He was just in '06, he became the first black governor of Massachusetts, I think it was. And the only reason why I remember this individual was because I think in Miss Dion's class, we had criminal justice, or it was either criminal justice or we were doing Chicago history. I don't remember which, but I remember her bringing out a paper and showing us or maybe she didn't show all of it, but she showed a select few of us. Read this article because this dude came from Southside Chicago or something like that, or had some connection to Chicago, and I just remembered. I remember that, you know what I mean? And it was in '06. We graduated in '06. I remember being in Miss Dion's class and shit, And he posted a video of that dude's speech being taken by President Obama in '08.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
But it wasn't like to me, like it kind of seemed like Obama was kind of given like a tip of the hat. You know, like he was the first black president elected a presidency. This dude was the first black governor elected in Massachusetts.
All right,
so it kind of seemed like he was like, you know, tipping it, you know, his hat to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because I forgot exactly how the fucking, you know, what the speech was or what exactly he said, but basically he's just kind of saying like, I see you, bro. You know, like, you know, hey, you know, but yeah. So I kind of you know, I kind of gave my 2 cents on that. You know, bit of information that he provided on Facebook, and he gave this really long explanation as to how a lot of candidates do that, you know, in politics, you know, politicians do that type of shit where they just kind of like steal off of each other and kind of just, and it's true, like that's probably why they all sound alike, and it got me thinking. I was like, that's probably why, you know, a lot of people, you know, I'm not one of them, but a lot of people are kind of drawn to Trump because he doesn't sound like the rest of these dudes. I saw an interview that Trump was giving in like 60 Minutes or some shit where he was like talking with his running mate, Mike Pence or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And the Mike Pence dude was like a stereotypical fucking politician. He had like some formulaic answer ready to go. And I swear to God, it looked like dude was just looking over at Trump each time, like, can I answer this question? You know, and Trump's like, go ahead, it's okay, go ahead. Answer, it's all right, it's all right, it's okay, go ahead. And like whenever Pence started fucking it up, whatever, fucking Trump, and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, all right? These people, they're terrific, right? That's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna give, you know. And Pence is just there, like, I agree with him. You know, he's a good guy. You know, like
he's a fucking pawn.
He's a fucking puppet, bro. Yeah, for sure. And then like there's some other shit. Like I don't want to get all like I'm you know harping on Trump. I mean, look, if you want to vote for him, it's kind of fucked up, but what do you know? I'm not going to tell you the fuck to vote for. Vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for, but I don't know. The guy just seems pretty egomaniacal and kind of crazy. I don't like Hillary though. She's a fucking liar, criminal, and yeah, I don't like her at all. I've never liked her. Never ever liked her. I don't like her at all. I think she's a liar. You ever see those videos of her laughing? Oh, I wish I could pull that shit up, dude. This is another thing we got to work on. We got to get like I got to bring my laptop in here so I can pull up these videos and you can hear her laughing, dude.
And she's a big skank, dude. Did you see her on that 106 in Park or whatever that is, where she's all talking about that fucking hot sauce and shit? She's like, well, what condiments do you keep in your backpack? She's like, well, hot sauce. and then even the black dudes are like, are you trying to win the black vote right now? And she's like, well, is it working? You know, like, it's a fucking joke. And I was like,
that's what she said? She said, is it working?
Yeah, it's real fucked up.
That's hysterical. I'm going to try and pull it up really quick. I just don't want you guys to have to hear the fucking, Oh, man, this ain't it. This is like a fucking... I hate those. God damn it. I just want to see the actual fucking video. Let me see. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but anyways, yeah. So, but that's exactly why I don't like her. Is that she just seems like to be a typical fucking politician that just, you know, like you ever see that video of her saying that like I don't know, like back in like 2011, 2012, 2013, or some shit like that. I don't know, several years ago, saying that you know she believes marriage should be between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And then over time, you see her changing her opinion just to like get the votes and shit. And then the lady who's interviewing her, she looked to be a little bit lesbian herself. I don't know, but she's just, I don't know. I'm being a dick right now, but you know, she was questioning, she was grilling her, man. You know, she was just like, you know, I'm just asking you. You know, it seems like you're just changing your opinion. You know, just you know, to favor the votes. You know, whatever. And she's like, I don't agree with that. I have a great record and all this bullshit, whatever the fuck, you know. And the whole time, like, you can. There's videos. There's like, you can't. Why do you have to lie about it, dude? Like
everything's videos now, so you're gonna fucking get in trouble whatever you say. And she contradicts herself constantly all the time.
Yes.
And now with the power of social media, you're gonna get put on blast every time you do it.
It's ridiculous, and that's one of the things that like I think is so alluring to like Trump supporters is that this dude doesn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say some ignorant ass shit. I'm gonna take it in. I'm gonna say that shit. You know, I'm gonna build the wall. I'm gonna, you know, I don't want no fucking immigrants here. We're gonna kick them out. Well, he didn't really say that, but he's just saying I don't want to take any immigrants from, you know, anywhere else until they're vetted and all this type of shit. When they're already going through a vetting process, it takes about 12 to 18 months and shit. You know, like it's not as if like they're not being vetted, you know, from other countries and whatever. But yeah, it's just that they like the way he talks. He doesn't talk like a stereotypical bullshit. His bullshit is like, I guess it's kind of like it's easier to digest because it's just a different flavor, you know. They're like, yeah, you know, it's something different. I like it. Sprinkles. I don't know, man. I don't get the whole like appeal, but I mean, for me, it's not appealing. But I mean, to be honest, with you, I can see why people, you know, like the way he talks. At first, when people started saying that, like, oh, I like the way he talks because I like the way he's talking. I like the way
he's just a real big dick.
Yeah. But he's not afraid to be a dick, you know?
Yeah. He is who he is. Yeah. You know, you can't hate him for that.
Exactly.
If he can make all that money and run his own campaign and it's all out of his pocket, fuck it, man, you do it. Yeah. If I had that money, I would be right against you, fucking saying how you suck dick.
Yeah.
And making fun of your wife.
Did you hear, what's that one, oh god, I wish I could, I'm terrible with, my memory's shit, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to give off a bunch of, like, anecdotal information and evidence of all this type of shit that I'm trying to remember, but there's this, like, politician that, I think his name's Gregory, I don't remember. He's a Republican, but he just flat out called Trump a pussy.
Damn, that's fucked up.
No, that's fucking
Why
dope.
do you egg him on like that? Why, when you...
Fuck that. That dude is a fucking beast. First of all, his policies are pretty fucking dope. And not only that, but like he's like a triathlete or some shit like that. He's like an ultra marathoner and all sorts of shit or something like that. I don't know. He's a fucking in-shape dude and he's like, Donald Trump's a fucking pussy.
Really?
He said that shit twice in one interview. He's like, I can't. I don't want to say verbatim whatever. Man, we gotta work on this. We gotta be able to pull shit up so I can show you guys what's going on. It's so funny, bro. It's hilarious. But yeah, that dude just straight up called him a pussy. And I think if he were given enough push, or if he had as much money, like how you were saying, if he had the funds, you know, to run his own shit, that's probably where my vote would be going, dog. No lie.
Yeah, the main reason why I don't like him, because I'm in the industry now of medical marijuana, he picked a running mate. He's from Indiana. Indiana has crazy strict rules regarding medical cannabis. I don't think it's allowed at all. He turned down a bunch of bills trying to make a reform for it, trying to make a couple steps forward, and really step into the century and fucking let's make this legit medicine and let's get it to the patients. And he turned everything down. So I mean, it's just a bad sign. Yeah, Hillary's all like, you know what? Yeah, I do think medical marijuana is a good thing, but she's like only after Bernie Sanders was for it and all this shit. So you can't really trust either of them. But I'm just hoping the voice of the people will come up over everything instead of one man making a fucking decision about it.
Yeah, no shit, man. It's kind of scary, right? When it comes down to it, it's fucked up, man. This two-party system is so stupid. It's so like archaic, really. You know, like, why the fuck do we only get two choices? I mean, there's how many 300 million people in the U.S. and we get two fucking choices?
Well, we get like 13 choices at Subway. It's fucking ridiculous, right? I'm like, I don't know. Just put everything on it.
Yeah, no shit, right? Man. That's our priorities and shit, our fat fucks. Oh my god, Subway's such dog shit. I fucking hate Subway, bro.
What?
You like Subway?
Potbelly's is where it's at.
Potbelly's is where it's at, yeah.
But I do like Subway, man.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're a real piece of shit.
What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry.
You know what? Fuck. Jared ruined it for everybody, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Up. That's what you're supporting, you piece of shit.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You know, I really gotta stop eating there now.
Yeah, you really
forgot all about it.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Potbelly's is the shit. I like Mr. Subs is where it's at. For you motherfuckers that aren't from Chicago, if you don't know about Mr. Subs, go fuck yourselves. Oh, I'm sorry. But if you guys do come in, try out Mr. Subs. You gotta try that shit out. It's so good.
After you're done fucking yourself.
Yeah, after you're done fucking yourself, get yourself some Mr. Subs. It's so good. You get the fries or the chips?
I get the garlic fries, bro.
Yeah. That's where to go.
You gotta pay like 85 cents extra, but, you know, when you're with your boo, you ain't gotta worry about things like that.
Yeah, man, I got you, girl. Yeah. You get the garlic on them. Yeah, man. let's see. So, some other news, man. I don't know if any of our listeners are into UFC type shit, but I'm huge into it. I'm fucking obsessed. I'm a fucking nerd about it. Obviously, I'm sure most people know that John Jones got popped for PEDs, some estrogen blockers.
Clomiphene and what was the other one?
Lotrimazole or something. I'm thinking of like that Medicaid. I don't know, but something like that. I don't know.
Remember.
I just know that they're estrogen blockers. I don't remember the names of them. But the bigger one, I guess that's the biggest one. But the one that came out and that had a big may potentially have a big impact on the with the fighters is Brock Lesnar got popped with for PEDs. And that's huge because Mark Hunt came out saying some shit about
he wants half that purse.
He wants half that purse, which I don't think he'll get. But he's voicing that that he's irritated with the organization, with the way they're running shit, and that how unsafe it is for the fighters and shit. That they gave this fucking asshole.
And he's done it multiple times. I know Frank Mir, Brock Lesnar, and who's the third one?
What do you mean? Like
that he
fought Bigfoot Silva.
Bigfoot, yeah. Man, that dude's on testosterone. Bigfoot got a legitimate problem, I'm sure. But
I think he's got somewhat his thyroids or some shit.
Yeah, because you can just kind of see it in his features, But it's still, like you're going in there, you're risking your life every time.
For sure. I mean, that's a 265-pound man weighing in at 265-pound man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He probably weighs way more than that. I'm talking about Brock Lesnar coming in fighting against Mark Hunt, who also has to cut weight to make 265.
He's a lot softer 265.
He's a softer 265. He's shorter. He's not built the same way, and he's getting pounded on by this fucking monster who's juiced to the fucking tits and shit,
But didn't you think the whole time that you're watching it, like, man, that he just needs to... He's cocked his right hand back, like, he just needs to connect with one of them, and he's putting them out.
Yeah, I was going for Mark Hunt the entire time.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to see him I wanted to see that big bastard just stiffen up,
Yep.
I just wanted to see his toes curl. I'm such a dick. I would never get in there. I'm just talking shit from you.
I'd want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin in the fucking fans slapping around Sable and shit.
That's so fucked up. Giving her stunners and shit.
Yeah.
Middle fingers.
They had a domestic thing back in the day.
But, so Mark Hunt, obviously, he's calling for the press, but a bigger part is that he's also calling for a fighters union. He's calling for fighters to get together.
Oh, right. I did read that too.
Yeah, he's calling for fighters to get united to, for the better good of the fighters overall, He came up with some pretty good examples of, where the organization kind of fucked over the fighters. Obviously, he came up with his own, the ones that you mentioned about him going up against PED users in Frank Mir, Bigfoot Silva, and Brock Lesnar. And then also, the fact that they didn't allow Conor McGregor to fight at UFC 200 simply because he wasn't at the press conference. Yet they let Brock Lesnar and Mark Hunt fight. And they weren't at the fucking press conference, Yeah. And they gave this motherfucker an exemption. They didn't fucking test Brock Lesnar 4 months out from the fight like, Mark Hunt was getting. Supposedly he was notified. He's like, you may be fighting, whatever.
Isn't it a little bit weird, though, how far off the dates are from when they actually find out what's in the urine samples to the day that they take it? Because the samples were taken, I think, June 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to be waiting. You're got somebody roided up going in a cage with another guy trying to rip him apart.
Yeah.
Like, we should try to find out before they try to kill each other.
I think so too, man. It's fucked up. It's it's fucking dangerous, really. I don't understand why it takes so long. I mean, I don't know. Maybe tests like that do take a long time, and I'm just ignorant to it. But
yeah, I couldn't tell you at all how long it takes, but. I know when we had a surprise drug test at work, there was somebody fired the next day. Real quick,
yeah. Isn't that the worst feeling in the fucking world? Like, you're going to have to make a drop today.
Like, how far long ago was 420? Like, fuck. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. I always ask you questions in regards to this type of shit because... I'm like an occasional user. I'm not like I don't use a lot, but when I do,
Don't say user, man. Don't say it like that. Medicator.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, fuck that.
No, dude, you can't be making it sound like, what is that, dope? Is that dope over there? No.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing. Like, it's like drinking. I mean, I'm an occasional drinker. I'm not an occasional fucking,
That's an ugly word.
Sipper.
It's like,
yeah,
Why?
It's like, I use it.
It's like fellatio and eating pussy, Like, it's a...
I like fellatio. I think it rolls up the
I
tongue.
like eating pussy. I think it rolls all over my tongue.
Alright, fine. I smoke weed from time to time,
Okay.
Which is not good for my job because they pop, they ask me to, they ask me to drop every once in a while. So, I just... Anyways, I'm going to get back to my original question. So my question is about how long after you smoke is it usually out of your system? Like, say if, in the situation of you're not a habitual smoker, you don't smoke every day. Say you smoke 2 to 3 times a month, if that. And I'm talking
I would say maybe 2 weeks then. Like, if you're... But a lot of things depend on that, too. Like, I would tell an average person, just be like, 30 days, man. If you got something important to do, you're going to take a drug test within 30 days, just stop smoking for a whole month. Just relax, take your time. But like 2 weeks for the occasional like that, I read it on, Leafly and all that stuff. But also, it makes sense. If you're going to be eating nachos and shit like that, the THC is going to bind with the fat cells because that's a solvent for it. It's going to just stick onto that. But if you're eating a little bit healthier, maybe sweating out a little bit, working out, being able to burn through your fucking lettuce instead of all the fatty content, you'll be good.
All that cheddar and shit, right?
Yeah.
So it pretty much depends on how healthy you are.
Yeah. But like I said, I would give everybody, just be like, man, 30 days. Something that important.
Yeah, you just want to, man, you could pass that shit in a day or two.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, what the fuck, Leo?
Yeah, man. I remember, I can tell you, one time I had a drop and I chiefed the night before, and I worked in the morning and I was like, fuck. Everybody's like, drug test. And I'm like, ooh. And I was like, ha 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 ha.
Sweating.
Yeah, man.
You got that movie sweat drip rolling down the side of your cheek and shit.
Yep. Man. I got crazy high. I got a big ass thing of water, and one of my coworkers was like, you sure are thirsty, huh? And I was like, yeah. Just chugging that shit. I went to go take a piss. My one of the managers was like, oh, we're drug testing. We're hold it until you gotta go. And I was like, nah, let me piss first. I just drank some water. I'll be good, So I made sure I took like 2 pisses while everybody was doing. I was like going in between people. And I just killed a shit ton of water, man. And I was good.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get a call or nothing. This other broad, she came to work smelling like bud one time. She ruined it for everybody and shit.
That's what happened?
Yeah. She's the one that got popped because I'm sure she was smoking blunts.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sophisticated.
Have you ever had a spliff?
A spliff is tobacco and marijuana, right?
Yeah.
Man, I tried smoking that one time over there by this dude's grandma's house, and you guys are all like, what? There's tobacco in it? Calling me out and everything.
I didn't know what the fuck that was. You know what?
Man.
I'm stupid as fuck, man. I started listening to a shitload of fucking Bob Marley lately, and then he's in one of his songs, he's like, I don't know, he talks about lighting up his spliff. And I was like, spliff? I'm like, what the fuck is a spliff? And I was like, oh, isn't that tobacco and weed shit? I'm like, oh yeah, that is what it is.
Tried it a couple times. Motherfuckers.
Isn't that shit harsh as fuck though?
Yeah, it is. I don't know why I did it. It was just something.
You just want to say it?
Yeah. Maybe preserve my stuff.
Mm.
Because in Spain, man, they don't do that. They don't roll joints like we do. They mix it with tobacco, which is ridiculous. Why would you do that?
I wouldn't do that shit. I don't even like joints or blunts. Yeah, like I'll take a hit. I don't even like using my metal hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather use like a glass one.
Glass is where it's at.
Yeah, or preferably a fucking bong. It feels cleaner, man. I don't like that whole. I don't like that shit, dog. It fucking annoys me. Unless you're out at like a fucking concert or some shit, you're gonna have to use that hitter,
Yeah.
They should make a glass hitter, no? That's what they should do.
I got one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think you do have everything. I'm acting like I'm coming up with some new shit. They should come up with some glass shit, man. Fucking. That's old ass shit, man. Don came out with it. Oh man. So I was watching this fucking video on social media, and it was a compilation of a bunch of dudes smacking the shit out of women.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I said at first when I saw the title, but then I had to click it and watch it. Right?
that was the title.
Yeah, it was,
a bunch of dudes smacking around women.
Yeah, it's around those lines. That's what stuck out to me. So I pushed play and I was watching this shit, and but basically the theme was like these girls start smacking these dudes, and then like the guy will just snap and just fucking unleash hell on these women. I'm like, good lord. Now, if you were to take that video and just start it off right then and there when that dude just unleashes all sorts of hell on this chick's face,
he's a criminal.
He's a real piece of shit.
Lock him up.
But then you rewind it just a few seconds before that when the girl's like spitting and like smacking the dude in the face.
She deserved it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. I'm like, oh, this bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was this one video of this dude like literally walking away. Like his back is to her, and she is like walking up behind him, smacking him in the head, like, you know, like trying to cut him off, cutting in front of him, and then just whack, just in the fucking face, man. And this dude, he's like, you fucked up. Boom! Just fucking unleashes the worst left hook I've ever seen in my life. It's so gross. And she just drops. She's knocked out, bro. Like stiff. And then he's all like, I told you! I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, if you tell her, you know, like I'm always reminded of that one bus driver, Craig Smith, that he's like, you going to jail now.
Oh, that's right.
Going to jail now. And then he hits her with the kick fucking uppercut, and she like flies off the bus. He drags her out and everything like that. Yeah. And I mean,
and you know what's so?
But you don't hit a lady, but sometimes I understand.
I always say that, you know, and I have a sister. I obviously have a mother. You have a mother. You know, we both have wives. So obviously, like, you know, we grew up that way. We were raised that way, where, you know, like, you don't hit women, and guys that do are real pieces of shit. And, you know, I see that type of shit. It makes me angry. You know what I'm saying? I get fucking furious. I get heated. I get sweaty, and my hands start to hurt because I just want to fucking knock someone's teeth out. That dude's teeth out. You know, whoever the fuck it is that's beating on that woman. You know, I came from a family. You know, my family's got history in that type of shit. You know what I mean? So that shit hits home. But when I see this type of shit where it's like society kind of plays favorites, you know, with women and dudes, you know, where women can kind of get away with, you know, certain things.
Sometimes that's what I think too, man. Sometimes I'm just like, man, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was a dude doing that to a chick, that would hands down be
there'd be no
domestic
argument.
Violence.
There would be no argument. There would be no argument. You know, a cop would come up. What happened? You're going to jail. That's it. Done deal.
Yep.
That's it. You put your hands on a woman, you're going to jail. On your record. For life. You're done. You're a fucking asshole woman beater. And in reality, what if this chick, you rewind the tape a few minutes, this fucking broad, this crazy woman, alright? Let's get it right. There are crazy people, alright, male or female, and this crazy woman is not getting out the fuck, you know, she won't get out of your face.
Yeah.
And you're trying to walk away from the situation. You're trying to avoid conflict. And this crazy person is just like, no, I'm going to spearhead my way into your shit and just fuck with your life. And all of a sudden, that dude is now fucked. He's fucked.
Yep.
Done. Over with. It's crazy, man. It's crazy and scary, and yeah, man. I was just watching those videos. It got me thinking about, like, you know, divorce too. You know, like, right now, if I were to first of all, I'm never gonna divorce my wife because she makes way more money than I do. But like, say for example, if, like, you know, we become crazy successful, and, you know, we're making all sorts of shitloads of money, you know, and say if I didn't marry the right woman, I married some fucking bimbo who I met when I was on top, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, this chick wants, you know, we get a divorce because whatever the fuck reason, depending on the state that you're in, you might have to pay alimony for the rest of your fucking life, man, to this fucking broad who didn't help make any of that money that you made. You know what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous, man.
Isn't it nuts? It's crazy. And I understand that, like, a lot of those laws were put in place, like, back in the day when, like, women didn't have as many rights as guys do and shit, you know, and, like, you know, the playing field wasn't as level as it is. But I just think that, like, times are a little different. And then this kind of conversation, like, that I had going on in my head when I was watching these videos got me thinking about race, too, because I'm like, is this the same kind of, like, thought process that, like, whites have about minorities? You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, we're not where we were before. You know, like, there's been a lot of progress. Like, the playing field is getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, the same kind of frustration that I'm showing towards, like, women as far as, like, how, like, you know, cops will favor their word over whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is that same sort of dialogue happening amongst, you know, white folks in regards to minorities and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
I really don't think it is.
You don't think so?
I think for the majority, I think, nah, it's fucked up to say, but yeah, they're oblivious to it, you know? Because I hear a lot as an argument.
Oblivious to what?
Like what they're being portrayed as Caucasians, you know? Because what I hear as an argument often is, oh, slavery was however many years ago. And I'm like, dude, that's not that long ago.
Not long at all.
For how long the United States has been here, and that's a horrible fucking thing to do to somebody.
Yeah.
To chain them up and be like, look, dude, you're my slave. I might bang your wife later. Have a good night.
Seriously.
Sleep in the dark and
Seriously.
in dirt and shit.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude. You never seen 10 Years a Slave? That was a fucked up movie.
Have you ever seen Amistad?
Oh, man. Give us free, man. Just give them some free.
Yep.
You know? Shit.
No, I agree with you, man. Like, well, in regards to that, when I hear, like, those types of arguments, as far as, you know, like, you know, civil rights movement in the 60s and shit like that, you know, it happened, and now, you know, we have a black president, you know, but I don't know if it's fair to say that, you know, obviously the race issue is still alive and relevant. You know, you just see, like, you know, the whole blue lives matter versus black lives matter and all this type of shit. And it's all getting fucking, like, it's kind of weird when I think about it. Because I'm like, I feel like it's sort of like, sometimes I feel like it's two kids in the playground kind of just going back and forth at each other. You know, because at first, you know, a lot of folks were saying that, you know, Black Lives Matter, we're just concerned about black lives. But now Blue Lives Matters are saying that they seem to be just concerned about blue lives. It's like, you know, you guys are making the same sort of, you know, mistake where you guys are just kind of like, you know, labeling each other instead of listening to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys aren't making any real progress. You guys aren't involved in any sort of real conversation about what's going on. Like, I think both sides can honestly admit, like, dude, police officers are getting killed. That's fucked up. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, those are people at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have wives and kids and families and shit. And then the other side, like, dude, those are just kids. You know what I'm saying? Those are just fucking kids, not armed, being shot and killed, or, you know, or innocent men. You know, just being shot and killed for no fucking reason. It's like, that's fucked up. Let's admit it on both sides and say, like, dude, if a life is lost, a life is fucking lost. And, like, let's admit that that's fucking terrible and let's figure this shit out. Let's not fucking start saying, like, well, you know, this one was deserved and that one wasn't because of the particular, you know, it's easy to say, like, well, you have to look at the circumstance in each individual case. Yes.
I don't like hearing those arguments. Like, oh, yes, this man was shot in the chest and blood pumped out his chest, but he did have a criminal record. It's like, dude, it doesn't matter if he had a criminal record. Like, this is still a dude. There's a different way of handling things like that, you know? I
mean, okay, look, just to kind of, I hate giving these sort of, like, anecdotal, like, hypotheticals and shit like that to kind of make an argument for a particular point or perspective, but just to kind of give it a perspective. Like, say, for example, if an individual, like a male individual, was arrested for domestic violence and all of a sudden got a rap sheet based off of that domestic violence, you know, arrest. What if he was involved with some crazy broad, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he was involved with some crazy, he was never that type of person. You know what I'm saying? But he, like, you know, he was put in a situation, a fucked up situation, right? Where the outcome didn't favor him, obviously. And, you know, he gets arrested, he gets a rap sheet, and all of a sudden, you know, he's in jail for a long time, and he becomes, like, kind of like, you know, he develops some, you know, level of criminality, you know, in jail because he's in there for so long. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just coming up with some fucked up hypothetical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what if that same person is put in another situation where he's unarmed and he's in another fucked up situation because of the circumstances of where he's been, like, but he's unarmed and he's not really posing, and then that dude gets shot and killed. Like, is that just, like, come on, like, that's, oh, but he's a criminal record and, you know, whatever, and, you know, he was 300 pounds and 6'3", whatever, you know, like, so what? So now if you're 300 pounds, 6'3", and you know, based on your past, like, I thought America was all about, you know, like, coming here and second chances and shit, and, you know, being able to turn shit around, you know, like, I don't know, man, it just leaves like a really bleak outlook on society. I feel like, you know, it kind of it doesn't make anybody feel good, and like people are gonna be like, oh, you're a softie, you know, a soft prick motherfucker, you know, who's not realistic about what, you know, what everyday life is like. And I'm like, no, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm dark as hell. I'm a dark skin, light skin. Like, I know what's up, you know. Like, I've had some shit happen, you know. Like, and I've had a lot of shit happen where cops are cool as fuck. I got pulled over twice going into work, speeding way over the fucking speed limit. And, you know, I was cool, calm, and collected. I pulled over, shut my fucking radio off, had all my shit in my hand, put my hands on the steering wheel. Guy came over. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, sorry, officer, I'm a fucking asshole. I'm speeding. My bad. I'm sorry. I just handed him over all my shit. He's like, I'll be right back. Goes, checks my shit, comes back. Don't be speeding like that. You're gonna fucking hurt somebody or you're gonna get yourself killed. Get the fuck to work. I'm like, thank you, officer. Sorry, man. You know, so there's cool ass fucking officers. And obviously there's fucking assholes that are behind a camera phone that are just antagonizing them. You know what I mean?
Man, do I hate those fucking
dude,
videos,
they're the worst. They're the worst. They're not doing anything for anybody. They're not doing anything for anybody. They're just trying to get over on this officer who's just doing his job. You know
you're trying to get under his skin. What do you expect them to do?
Dude.
Like, as a man doing that to a man, you know those are fighting words.
Bro,
you know that's it.
It's one thing to do that to a manager at like a Kohl's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're trying to do that to a fucking police
law
officer,
enforcement,
bro, get the fuck out of here. He has a baton. You think he's not gonna blow out your fucking windows and drag you out?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like resisting arrest. Like, I didn't resist shit. You are now, bitch. I'm writing the fucking shit up.
Man.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you stupid? Just look. You're gonna get your day in court. Okay? Do whatever. If you want to film, go ahead and film. You don't have to be a fucking asshole about it. Give up your information. He's a police officer. He has a badge. He gave you his badge number. I want to see your supervisor, all that shit. Fine. Give up your fucking information, though. Give him your fucking ID and your registration, because that's what you're supposed to fucking
do. They should have business cards or something like that, right? Like,
police officers?
Yeah.
They have badges, dog. They have badges with their badge number and their name tag.
They should have shit like that just to hand out and not to escalate anything. Be like, why the fuck are you asking for my badge? Or, no, I'm not going to give you my badge. Like, I don't know who you are. Like, man, just fucking give them that info. Try to calm the situation instead of
police officers
escalating it. You want to go to fucking jail, buddy? You're about this close. Say something again. You know? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think... I don't know. I've seen... I don't know, man. It's just... And then... There's just too many videos.
Yeah, man.
There's just too many videos. Like, there's too many videos of fucking idiots trying to make a point when they're, involved in like a regular, traffic stop over nothing. I'm like, come on. Like, really? And then, like, arguments are kind of getting skewed and kind of getting hazy when they start talking about civil liberties and I know my rights and this and that and, I studied law. And, like,
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
I watched Good Will Hunting last night.
Yeah.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about, Mr. fucking Apples.
Habeas corpus and all that shit. Right? Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on.
Misdemeanor.
Yeah. Seriously. It's just upsetting, man. And I feel like the overall point is being lost. Like, lives are being lost. We're in a fucked up situation. And we got to figure this shit out.
So what happened recently? The most recent one was... that autistic therapist trying to calm that one kid down, and because they thought he had a gun, and he's like, "Oh, it's a toy truck," and he's laying on the ground with his hands in the air, and they still fucking shot him, dude.
That one was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. It's upsetting on various levels, and I purposely try to put myself in the position of both the behavioral therapist who's just working, doing his job, and the police officer who's just there working, trying to do his job.
I think you could put yourself in the situation of that therapist, because it's a job opportunity. You could sense how much he loves what he does, you know, after seeing the interviews and stuff like that. But you can't put yourself in the perspective of an officer. And why is that? Because we're not fucking policemen. We know what's out there. We know we live in Chicago. We know it's a fucked up job opportunity. So we're not cops, you know? Like, I know I shouldn't have a gun. So why would somebody that's real frantic and frail and has real bad anxiety want to become a cop? There isn't enough fucking filtering out the bad policemen for this, you know? It's like you don't know how it is to be nervous when you pull somebody over. And I'm like, dude, you know what you signed up for, you know? Like, if you die, your family's gonna get paid. So this is the job that you chose. Yeah. Now go do your job correctly instead of just blasting away everybody.
I read in articles where, like,
I shouldn't say that's fucked up.
No, I mean, man, that's just how you feel, you know. And there's plenty of people that do feel that way. I feel like, I think it's wrong for anyone to say, like, you shouldn't say that. Like, no, say it because that's how you feel, and if that's how you feel and that's how you view the world, your perspective isn't, you know. It's not to say that it's not legitimate. It's a legitimate perspective, man.
I haven't heard any statements from that one officer though yet, right?
No, I think they suspended him without pay, and they're like pending investigation and shit like that.
What could possibly be the thing? Like, he had both his hands. Did you think he was a fucking ninja gonna whip a star at him or something like that?
Know,
you gonna shoot him?
I don't know. It was that, like I said, that one was really upsetting. But like, so that particular case, like it happened in Miami, right? Miami, Florida, I think it was.
I think so.
And yeah, so the guy was on the ground, his hands were in the air, like flat on the ground. I saw the video.
He was flat on his ass.
Flat on his ass. He was on his, and he was literally yelling out to the police officers, "I'm a behavioral therapist. My hands are in the air. Please don't shoot."
He was calm as fuck.
Yeah, he was completely like, there was to me, like, just being, you know, third party viewer and shit, you know, just watching it on the video. I'm like, man, this guy's like, he's doing all the right things. And he's actually talking to the autistic patient. He's like, Ronaldo, roll over, get on your stomach, Ronaldo. He's like, he doesn't have a gun, he has a toy truck, please don't shoot. I don't know, maybe there's just somebody who wasn't, you know, like I said, wasn't properly trained, or maybe wasn't filtered out or something like that, made it through the academy and had a, you know, sensitive trigger. Maybe it was an accident, I don't know. Supposedly the argument is that they were trying to go after the autistic person and they just missed and shot the dude in the leg. Which doesn't even make him look good. It's like, all right, you missed that badly. The dude, like the kid,
he was a big kid.
He weighed he had like 240.
Yeah, he was sitting on the ground next to him, playing with his toy truck,
with his legs crossed. He was sitting like with his legs crossed, you know, like that yoga position and shit. Yeah. And playing with a toy. He was gnawing on his toy truck. Like, what? Who? Come on, that's a fucked up situation. But
I think this is going to be real bad because one thing that I've seen, my brother and sister-in-law run a company. They help out children with special needs, but their community for parents with autistic children and everything like that is a real strong community. This is going to be a real big issue in the next couple of days, I think. Because you put that kid in danger, you know, and man, special kids like that, you don't want to mess with how secure they are or anything like that. It didn't seem that it shook them up too bad, you know, from what I've seen in the video. I'm guessing I didn't see the whole thing, but you know, you just don't want to put anybody in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know, but isn't autism like relatively new? It's still like new and still.
It's not new. I think it's diagnosed more.
Right. That's what I'm saying, because it's fairly new. Like it's still like the spectrum is so wide that like they're still developing and finding out new information about autism. So it was still fairly new. Like, I remember working at the pharmacy. I had my clinicals at the hospital. I had to help out 3 male nurses along myself. There was 4 male health workers trying to control we had to take this dude's clothes off to get him into his scrubs, and
Whoa.
he was it was pretty intense. But he was like he had to been like a 300-pound young black dude, fucking autistic. Just he would not let go of his sweater, and what was it? Yeah, it was a sweater. And we had to take it off, because like the doctor had to do it. They had to like inject IVs and all sorts of shit. He was sick, and he didn't. I'm not trying to be an asshole here or anything like that, but they have some crazy strength. Like you don't want to fuck with them, like for real. You know what I mean? And that's why like, they called me over. They're like, I was just doing my clinicals. I wasn't even working there. I wasn't getting paid or like that. I was just doing my.
Sometimes it's that they don't even know their own strength, so they're going full bore at you all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what the fear. And these dudes knew. They're like, all right, man. He's a 300-pound dude. He's young and he's strong as shit. This might lead somewhere. Just come in. All right, cool. But they knew how to handle it, so they're like, "Come on!" They didn't force the sweater out of his hand or anything like that. They just had us like the main male nurse was there just to like oversee everything and take care of it mainly. But the other 3 other male individuals were there just in case, right? Mm-hmm. So the lead male nurse just went up to the mother and was just like, "All right, I need you to calm him down. I need you to calm him down. We need to take off his clothes. We need to get him into these scrubs. Help me calm him down." And the mother, whoever it was, just gave him a rubber glove or something like that, and all of a sudden he let go, and that was it. He
probably had like sensory issues.
Yeah,
he likes the feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that was it. But like, what made me think about like the situation with the police officer and the autistic patient in Miami was that I remember being in a situation at Walgreens. Maybe I shouldn't have. Fuck it. I don't care.
You can edit it.
Yeah. No, fuck that. I was just working there, but like we happened to have an autistic patient come in, and he was ripping off all the labels of our 2-liter bottles and stuff like that, And this is my first encounter with this particular patient, and I was just like, hey, you can't be doing that. And he looked completely normal. He looked normal. He didn't look like to me, an untrained eye. I wasn't aware of anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I did not know that what exactly autism was or what So
yeah, a lot of people don't.
Exactly. So to me, it was just like some weird dude just tearing off the RC bottle labels and shit, and I'm like, hey man, you're gonna have to pay for those. And he's just like, That's literally what he did. He's like, and he just kept tearing. I was like, man, this guy's being an asshole to me. Like, I'm about to whoop your ass. So I'm like, hey, stop fucking around with those 2-liter bottles, man. And then, like, I don't know who his caretaker was or whatever came up. Was like, no, I'm sorry, he's autistic. And I'm like, okay. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what that meant. I was like, okay, well.
You're like, well, I'm Mexican, puto.
Yeah.
All right. And like, what?
So I was like, okay, well, he just can't be. He's like, I'm sorry, we'll pay for him. And I was like, I didn't know what it meant, but I was like, that's got to be something bad, obviously, or not even bad, but it's just got to be something where, they have to deal with it, So I was like, all right, look, don't worry about it, just, I don't know, get him not to do it,
Yeah.
And she did. She was able to get him not to do it. She just took one of the plastic things and just gave it to him, and he started, just messing with the plastic instead. So I started thinking about that Miami thing. I'm like, maybe whichever police officer overreacted was in that situation, had never encountered an autistic person and didn't know what to do. And it's kind of goes back to what you were saying. Like, maybe they weren't properly trained in that. Like, when you're a police officer, you have to deal with everyone. You're not dealing with just you're dealing with everyone. Imagine all the types of personalities you have to work with, on a regular daily basis in your job, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Their job is to work with everyone at any given moment.
Yeah.
Their job is one of the hardest fucking jobs ever. It's such a fucking hard job. It's so fucking hard. So you're in that situation. I don't know. I'm coming up. Maybe I'm a fucking rookie. I don't know shit. I've never dealt with people. I don't know how to deal with people just yet. I don't have that experience behind me. I'm coming up here. I'm just like, all right. My report. What I know is that an individual has a gun. There's a dude on the floor. He's, you know, his hands are up. Maybe I can't hear him. Maybe I don't know what the fuck he's saying and shit. But the dude, what looks like to be a gun in his hand, has it up to his face or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like pointed around. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, fuck, boom. All of a sudden I overreact. And I'm the
definitely
asshole.
overreacting or panicking. And then your energy, I mean, there's more communication than just yelling at each other, put your hands on the ground. Like, your body language, your energy that you're setting off, it could make that other person panic. It can make that other person just have crazy anxiety, you know? So to have either party overreact, I mean, it's definitely understandable, but definitely have to implement some training just to go along with everyday tasks like that for, you know, people with special needs, anything like that. Even getting to know a certain group of people, like putting Hispanic cops in Pilsen, that's definitely something that's smart. Like, you have to know a culture to engage with somebody, you know, like the Hispanic culture, you know, you have a lot of machismo. You're not going to fucking talk shit to somebody in front of their family. You're going to be more calm and be like, hey man, let's just try to figure out how can we fix this, you know?
Right.
And it's just
Community policing and shit.
Yeah.
There's this guy that I follow on Facebook. He's a police officer in Little Rock, northern Little Rock, Arkansas. I can't remember his name. Officer Norman. Tommy Norman, Officer Tommy Norman.
Tommy Norman.
He's a fucking badass dude. He is a fucking game changer, bro. He's coming out. He puts out a bunch of shit. I think I have him on Instagram too. I'm not sure. He keeps putting out these videos of him going.
Twerking videos.
He does twerk. But he goes out into his community that he works. You know, his I guess his patrol, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
And everyone knows him. Hey, officer, kids run up to his car, and he's getting donations from people all over the country, and he gives out like snacks to all these kids and shit like that over the summer and stuff like that.
That's dope, man.
And he's just like, you know, like that's it. And he goes up, he's like, I love you, and these kids are like, I love you too, Officer Norman, la da da. And he knows him from like, how long have I known you? Oh, you've known me for 10 years, Officer Norman.
Yeah.
Like, that's right. What are you doing now? Like, I'm going to high school. That's right. And you're doing good. Like, all right. Well, good to see you. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, I love you guys. All right, bye. I'm like, all right, there's got to be more to policing than just writing off all these fucking tickets and just trying to. You're basically a fucking a gopher for, you know, the local government to get revenue, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're doing. You're just writing off tickets and shit, you know, with like you know, the occasional like domestic violence call and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you heard, oh god, I have to look up his name. But there was like the guy who ran for I don't know, the top cop here in Chicago. Like, right now is some black dude. I forgot his name. I'm so terrible with these names and shit. I'm gonna sound like such a fucking asshole. But anyways, when Ron, that piece of shit, was trying to like look for who to replace McCarthy.
Yeah.
He was he had like 3 picks, I think it was, or something like that. And one was the black dude that's in now, who has like over 20 years experience in the Chicago Police Department, and has said that he's never once seen any sort of corrupt act happen in the police department.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so that guy's a real piece of shit, and it's easy to see through him. And then there's this other guy, I don't remember who the third one was, but this other guy was from Baltimore. He was like a former police officer in Baltimore, and he was a former Marine, and he has some radical ideas as far as how to police a city like Baltimore, like Chicago, that's really rampant in crime and in murder rates and shootings and shit like that. And his whole thing was like community policing, obviously, but also saying that systemically, at least he was talking like in regards to Baltimore, the police procedures have not evolved since like the 60s or 70s, I think it was, he was saying.
Yeah.
It's like since the 60s or 70s. I'm like, really? So, are you fucking kidding me? It's 2016, man. And you guys are still doing the same type of shit that you guys were doing in the 60s or 70s, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you were to say, like, oh, we're doing the same shit since we're doing it in the 80s, I'm like, really? You don't think there needs to be an update?
Yeah.
You guys are completely cool with just doing the same old?
Think about how things have changed. Guns are fucking awesome now. a whole bunch of technology.
I mean, imagine if you had
you could utilize it and just be aware of it for your safety.
Imagine if you had the same fucking refrigerator you had in the you know what I'm saying?
The ice box. And shit?
That little piece of shit ice box that didn't make no water, didn't make no ice cubes for you.
It just melted ice.
It just melted ice, and it had that fucking frost on the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just took up more space than it needed to. You would be fucking pissed. I mean, I love my fridge now. It needed an update. Now it can give me hot water. It gives me ice cubes. It gives me hot water if I wanted and shit. You know, like, come on, dog. Like, you need an update. And, like, I don't know if that's necessarily the case for Chicago. I'm sure we've done some things, whatever, but if shit's not working, you have to go back and look at shit. You can't just go, you know, like, I know, like, now, police officers, if you're a police officer in Chicago Police Department, you can't just be out there by yourself now. They don't let you, like, if you don't have a partner, you don't go out on routes anymore. You're not a patrolman anymore. You know, you gotta be in, I don't know, I guess, in-house or some shit like that. You have to have a partner now. And, that's because of how dangerous it is out there for these guys, you know? And it's a fucking hard job, man. And I don't like just being like, cops are fucking assholes, because I think the majority of them are good people, good officers, good dudes that are just trying to do the best they can in the circumstances that they're given. They're given this fucked up system, and they're like, look, I'm just trying to make do. Like, before, like, I want to try to get my cousins on here, because they're all police officers from my pop side, and they fucking have so many cool stories to share. And I remember my cousin telling me something about how, you know, back in the day, you know, like, yeah, they gave some rough justice, you know, but at the same time, they were able to let dudes off, you know, like, they're like, come, like, they were able to, like, let dudes off and kind of, like, play the game a little bit. Like, look, man, I want to see you do well, all right? You're a good kid. Why are you doing this type of shit? You know, they let them do whatever they got to do, you know, to get by, whatever. Like, you can't be doing this, dude. Like, if someone catches you, you're going to get fucked up, and you're going to be in jail, whatever, you know? Yeah. And that's kind of like how they would do their community policing and stuff like that. But now, with cameras and everything like that, they can't do that anymore. They can't, like, give breaks. They have to do everything by the book now. They have to do...
You know what? I never thought of it like that. Like, enforcing the police officers' rule more as far as the body cam.
Yes.
I was thinking it's more for the civilian, but no, like, it's just making sure the cop has to do his job to the full extent.
Yeah, my cousins were telling me that they're like, no, now we have to document everything, every little detail. He's like, we're doing more paperwork than we are doing police work now.
That's crazy.
Everything's like police work now. I mean, everything's paperwork now. It's not police work anymore. We have to document everything, and we need a reason to pull you over now. Like, I mean, obviously they always needed a reason, but I'm saying, like, they have to be on video. It has to be documented. Everything. It's like it's hard to do anything now. You can't move. You can't breathe. You can't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're working in a pharmacy, you know, and you got to be moving around to get your medications and shit like that. But they're saying no. You got to work within this little box right here. You can't. You got to do the same amount of work that you've been doing before, but you got to work in this little box right here. You can't go outside of this box. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? I got to reach over these motherfuckers?
Yeah. I
don't got that long of arms. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know, man. All this commotion isn't I don't know. I don't think it's going well on either side. You know, so some shit's gotta happen.
I think as far as what's going to be happening, I think it's going to be a revolt. I see it, man. I see.
Really?
Think about how many police officers died within the last 2 weeks. You know, like, it's horrible. Like, it's scary because as a civilian, not against policemen at all. Like, who are you gonna go to if there's danger? You know, like, you run to a cop, you call 911. What if they're just like, all right, dude, whatever, we're gonna be there later on. Click. Like, you want a good relationship with them.
Yeah, I think you really need one, right? I mean, it's important.
Especially showing children in communities and stuff like that. You got, like, that cop that you were talking about. You got to do stuff like that to reach out to the younger, get the next generations building up, being like, oh, what would Officer whatever do, you know? Like,
yeah.
Stuff like that.
I think it's tougher. I mean, I don't know how big Little Rock, Arkansas is, you know, but I'm pretty sure Chicago's way bigger. And the issues here in Chicago are fucking far worse.
Yeah.
And it's not just any one thing. And I think it's systemic. It's not just like, oh, you can just put it on the police officer. Fuck that. You can't just put it on the police officers, dude. You fuck that. How are you going to do that? What, is it the police officers that the schooling system sucks? The way they fund schools in Illinois? No, that's not the police officers' fault at all. Is it the police officers' fault that, you know, the mayor fucking closed down all these fucking schools? No, it's not. Is it their fault that like these kids are left to the streets without any fucking after school programs and shit like that? No, it's not. Can you put some of the blame on the parents too? Yeah, I think you can.
Everything starts at home.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can look at the parents and be like, hey man, get your ass at home. What happened to fucking, you know, the lights are on, your ass, or when the lights come on, you got to come home and shit. Yeah. You know, like what happened to that type of rule? All of a sudden, that shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, it's kind of like generationally, like so this sort of thing, like you know, poverty just kind of like it's like a dark circle, like where like poverty just kind of gets deeper into poverty, and there's only a select few that are able to make it out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That are able to make it past the early pregnancies, the drugs, the crime, the gangs, the fucking beatings from bullies and bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that regular ass kids have to go through every day, you know what I'm saying?
And I think it's because segregation is alive and well right now.
Oh, in Chicago, it's man, come on, dog.
Yeah, and how you're saying kids being afraid, like sometimes it's like if you're in a poor neighborhood, some people don't want you to leave it. They're thinking like, oh man, this guy's selling out or whatever. He's moving out of this bad area to a better one, you know? So they're trying to keep you there too. And it's just, you're creating these like prisons for people. And it's horrible because there's no gentrification. There's no mingling of other races and stuff like that. And it's just oppressed people. They see it. They see the segregation happening. And it's just like, man, you're just stuck in it.
Yeah. Because
this is how you're going to get treated, and now you're next to another person that looks like you we're going to treat the same way.
Yeah, it's easy to, like, I kind of get annoyed when people say, like, oh, you know, like, you got to pull yourself up from your bootstraps type of mentality, you know.
Somebody's trying to pull you down sometimes.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not even that it's just like, you have so many things going against you. It's just a little harder. Like, it's easy for you to sit there, you know, and say that when, like, if you're like, it's like everyone's in a race, right, to the top of the hill, right? But not everybody's starting at the bottom of the hill. You know, some people are starting in the middle of the hill. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of like, they're like, come on, stop being a pussy. You know, like, yeah. Dude, you're halfway there already. Come on, why are you going to talk shit about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not only that, but like, maybe like there's far more obstacles in our way at the bottom of the fucking hill too. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, I don't like that argument. I mean, it's just not fair because there's so few individuals from the hood that are able to make it out and make, you know, it's just tough, man. It's tough, and I don't think it's a fair argument to just say, you know, oh, you got to pull yourself up from your bootstraps and like, well, you got to look at the numbers and look at the crime rates and look at where the issue is. It's in the people of the community of where it's happening. It's that's where the issue is. Like, but you got to, all right, but what about the funds? Look at the funds. Where's the money at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's the money at? I mean, let's be realistic about it. I mean, like, if you're looking at this impoverished, like, you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? Isn't that the argument that any team, you know, like, if we're really nationalistic, you would look at your weakest neighborhoods, your weakest areas, and be like, we got to make that part stronger. It's like if your body, right? If you're like, I don't like my calves, they're weak, they're tiny. What are you gonna do? Are you going to keep pumping, you know, your chest muscles up and like, you got chicken legs? No, you're going to start working on your calves, right?
You're going to tell them bitches to jump on your back and then do them Arnold Schwarzenegger toes up.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of like that. Like, all right, so you look at your weakest areas. Why are you going to keep pumping in funds to, like, where you're already strong in? Like, these you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why don't you pump those funds into, like, the weak areas, those impoverished areas? And then they're like, well, that's been proven not to work. Like, really, has it, though?
Whatever, dude. This fucking school has solar panels and a fucking organic farm outside, and the one in the inner city has a cracked cement basketball court with no rims.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck?
Exactly. You know, and I come on. And they're like, well, money doesn't solve everything. I was like, well, it helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
solve everything for love and, like, regular life and shit like that. No, it doesn't. But Yeah, for school, education, it does. It solves fucking everything.
It helps a lot. It helps a lot, man. You know, and then think about it. Like, okay, so those select few that are able to make it out. You know, say if they make it out with scholarships, okay, they're still going to take on a shitload of debt. A shitload of debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that hill, you know what I'm saying? It's like have you ever ran on the Indiana Dunes?
Yeah, I went there one time.
Have you ever ran on it when like you get like that little mini like sand slide and that shit just comes crushing down and you like kind of tumble with it?
Yeah.
That's what's happening with all this school debt now. You know what I'm saying? So you get those select few students that are able to make it out the hood and get into colleges and stuff like that, but they still got to take on a shitload of debt from all these loans and all this shit.
And still deal with racism and all this shit.
Yeah, and still deal with all that shit, but then like they're highly educated, they're highly hireable, but now they're still having to live in their parents' basement for 10, 15 years because they can't get out from underneath this debt. You know, this and school loans, school debt. You can't call bankruptcy on that type of shit. It's with you forever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're at the halfway point starting off of that hill, you know, I'm gonna go back to the same analogy. If you're starting off halfway up that hill and you take on that same amount of debt, you're still halfway up the hill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have to deal with those loans too, motherfucker. You're halfway there.
Yep.
You know, we're like a quarter of the way there, and we're getting into these colleges, and it's still getting shit on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Like, don't be dumb, don't be naive, and don't be blind to that aspect of what your fellow citizens are going through. You know, you can't be blind to that. You have to understand that in order to make this country, first of all, this country's already great. I don't understand this whole thing about we're gonna make America great again. America is fucking great. We're fucking lucky as fuck to be born here. You know what I'm saying? We could have been born in Mexico and been fucked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We could have been fucked, bro. You know what I mean? Having to fucking crawl through the fucking desert to try and come up here just to get a fucking a piece of shit job mowing lawn.
Fucking Zika and shit.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here.
Having to send money back. You know what I'm saying? Making dog shit money, working long fucking hours.
Breaking backs and shit.
We are so lucky to have been born here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, oh, it's all bad. No, it's not. We're fucking fortunate as fuck to have been born in the U.S. 100%.
Yep.
But it's not perfect, and we can't. It's like a lot of people like to play like, like, oh, America's great and this and that. You know, if you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. But we're gonna make it great again. Like, I don't understand that argument. You're contradicting yourself. You're saying that it's not great. We gotta make it great again. And then you're saying like, if you don't like it, get the fuck out of it. Like, no, people love it. That's why people migrate here by the thousands. You know, people want to be here. People see that there's opportunity here. There's no ceiling. You can make it. You totally can make it. 100%. You know, but it's not exactly easy, and it's not exactly fair for everybody. That's all I'm saying. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
What do you think? Getting back to the Trump topic, what do you think his reasoning is for wanting to become president? He's fucking rich. Yeah. He has money. You know, he doesn't need that. What is it like? Because I was thinking last night, like, man, maybe this guy's intentions are really good, and we're just misunderstanding him. But it's because he doesn't give his ideas. He's like, I'm going to build a wall 10 feet higher, and they're going to fucking pay for it. Believe me. And like, dude, tell me your plan, and maybe I'll listen to you. But it's just, he makes up bullshit numbers and just says things, but he has nothing to back it.
Yeah. I think he just panders to the crowd. I don't know if he has I don't know why he wants to run for president. Maybe he does like legitimately say, to see like some fucked up shit happening with taxes and stuff like that. I mean, this is me being really, really.
Do you think somebody could be like crazy sadistic to be like, oh man, Kim Jong-il has his fucking country, I want mine?
Maybe. I don't know. He's pretty fucking. He seems to be like somewhat of a sociopath, don't he? So I don't know. Maybe it could happen. I don't know, man. I just kind of think that maybe he does see like some shit happening that he's kind of scared, and he's like, "Fuck that!" If no one's gonna do anything, I'm gonna do it. You know.
That's because that's how I see it. Last night when they played that an old video of him, he was just saying like, "Man, I'm not gonna run for president until I feel there's a need for change, and things are going real bad, and I want to turn it around."
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm voting for Trump because it's fucking crazy.
Right.
But it's just that sometimes I think like, man, what are his intentions? I want to see if he really wanted to do a little bit of good. If he's just bringing up like the military tactics and building walls and shit like that to get into office, but when he's there, he's going to settle down and start moving the pieces in the right way. The dude is rich. What's wrong with that? You know, like, there's nothing wrong with being rich.
I'm not hating on that, yeah.
So, man, maybe he could make a little bit of money. Why don't the CEOs and the top people of Walmart just become fucking president? So we're going to have a rich-ass country.
I'm sure they I mean, why do that? I mean, first of all,
that's a piece of shit company.
That job sucks, first of all. Being president probably sucks
right.
Fucking ass. I wouldn't want to do that shit at all. Alright, and then, not only that, but they probably get paid way less being president of the United States than being president or CEO of fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They probably get paid way more, you know, paying their employees dog shit money and giving them dog shit hours and shit. You know, but, yeah, I think... Did you see Trump's like tax layout, like how he's gonna do it and shit?
No, I haven't seen it at all.
I saw. I went on his website to try and look at it. And I saw it. It's I don't. It's pretty easy to understand. But I just don't remember the numbers, and I'm not trying to fuck it up. So basically, it came out to be everyone's gonna get, you know, tax breaks. Pretty much everybody across the board. But the ones that are going to get the biggest tax breaks are the ones at the top 100. That's completely apparent, and that's why a lot of rich fuckers are voting for him. You know, because like fuck it, I'm going to keep a shitload more of my money. That's cool with me. You know.
You can kind of tell how the election's going to go. I seen a post on Facebook yesterday. It says it tagged both Hillary Clinton's campaign Facebook page and Donald Trump's Facebook page, and it said click on each one and see how many of your friends like it. And everybody's answer were Trump's has higher numbers of their own personal friends liking him than Hillary Clinton.
Wow.
Yeah. I think mine was like 9-3 or something like that. I don't have a shit ton of friends on Facebook, but it's ridiculous, you know? Like, man, Trump could really win this thing.
No, yeah, it's really, really possible. I mean, like the whole electoral college thing, they're saying that Hillary's got it. First of all, the electoral college thing is a dog shit fucking system. I think they got to do away with that. Fuck all that. We all have cell phones. The cell phones read fingerprints. I think we should be voting on our phones.
Hell
yeah.
Like that. Make it a national holiday, bitch.
Fuck yeah. Do something like that. I mean...
Get the day off. Get people into it.
And then they want to do like voter ID. Oh, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. You know what? Come on, man.
Okay, welcome back, viewers. We took a bit of a break, and we're back now. No more technical difficulties. We have no idea where we left off, so we're just going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm sure I will give you all the breakdown of how to reach us and comment and all that stuff.
Hey, before that, man, you should tell them what you were telling me about Trump's fucking wife, man.
So the night before the speech, like, I was thinking, because I see her as a real ditz, like, she was going to be like, "Hey, Donnie, tomorrow I'm going to be reading in front of all the people tomorrow." He's going to be like, "Yeah, baby, it's going to be huge." And that's...
Also, that had me
prime time Donald Trump impersonation.
That had me cracking up, man. I was like... That happened while the fucking card went full and shit, man.
I envisioned the Joker and Harlequin.
Harley Quinn?
Harley Sue? What was her name?
Harley Quinn.
Harlequin.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Shit.
Harlequin.
Harley Quinn.
There you go.
But that's how they were, and I envisioned Donald Trump and Ivanka Trump. The same thing. Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, he smells like a creep motherfucker, too. Oh, man. That's a good comparison, man. Yeah, that's really good. I didn't even think about it. That's hilarious. But, oh, man, that impression had me rolling. It was funny. All right. So, yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for listening. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to our dumbass shit. We want to continue on this this path of, gaining knowledge and just talking about some real shit. Like we always say, we're not... educated on anything, really. You know what I'm saying? We're just regular ass dudes, got a couple jobs, got wives, and doing our own thing. Just trying to make our way in this world. And, we got opinions about shit, though, too. And we want to hear yours. We want to kind of grow and trying to get knowledgeable and evolve and continue doing all that type of shit. So, If you have any questions, comments, concerns, and if you want to voice your opinion on any of the shit that we brought up, please do so. We want to hear your ideas. We want to listen to other people's perspectives. We're working on getting some guests in here too.
We're gonna get an architect.
A what?
An architect is gonna be coming in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're gonna get him on here.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And we'll be talking some real shit. And you can always reach us at lameandignorant@gmail.com. That's lameandignorant@gmail.com. Like I said, email us any questions, comments, concerns, opinions, any articles that go against any of the ignorant ass shit you've heard. And make us not so lame. Send us some cool music. Send us anything you guys got. Some cool art. We want to see it. And and we'll give. If we can. If you have any music you want to give us so we can add it as our intro, that'd be cool too, because I don't know how to do that shit.
Man, I got you. I found this website that we can use any of their music.
Alright, it better not be some wind chimes and shit.
You remember my old green and black phone? The screen was all green and black. When the ringer came on, that tick 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 tick. That cool one.
No, motherfucker. That'd be funny as hell, though.
That's how it be. That's how it was. And I was like, damn, you hear that beat?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, man. All right, man. So thanks again for listening, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Peace out.